Well, I love hip-hop music. I fell in love with hip-hop probably in like the 90s. I would say, well, it's probably more like the early 2000s when I was in Minneapolis.
I was listening to Our Lady Peace back in the mid 90s. So
I mean, the first group, like I was saying before, was Sir Mix-a-Lot, Baby Got Back, because my sister had a cassette. I don't know where, and I have no idea where she got this cassette. She had a cassette with the single Baby Got Back, so she would play that every morning before I went to school. I must have been in 4th grade.
Gangster rap wasn't really even an option either, because as soon as gangster rap came into the household, my mom destroyed, like it would be gone. There wasn't a question.
My cousins would bring over like rap.
Yeah.
They would bring over like hardcore rap, like Parental Advisory.
My gangster rap was all recorded off of radio edits, like actual radio edits. And I would hope that they would play most of the song out before the DJ would come in and to announce like the next song or who just sang it.
Because what happened is that then I thought that rap was just like gangster, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm not a gangster. And like the cats that I knew that were listening to it in school, like in high school, would be these cats rolling around in their mom's like minivan. You know what I mean?
The music would come to school and we would listen to it, you know, at recess and stuff. But I never really got into it because it was really like harsh.
Yeah, so cats were going hard. So I was like, well, this isn't me. You know?
Yeah.
I don't really do that. I'm not a gangster, so like this music must not be geared towards me. It wasn't until I moved to Minneapolis, and Minneapolis actually has a pretty like thriving music scene, and it's kind of like more of like an indie hip hop, I guess one could say, or like an indie rap.
Like,
so these cats aren't like gangsters per se; they're just like, and I wouldn't say that they're like hipsters either. They're just kind of like cats, you know, who love to rhyme and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I
was always attracted to big entertainer types of people, like Freddie Mercury, Michael Jackson, David Bowie, Alice Cooper.
One of my roommates was like, well, dude, you should check out Talib Kweli. And so I did, and so I really like that. So I would say that that's probably like where me personally, Brett Barr, like took it upon myself to be like, okay, I'm going to invest in this genre and see like what it's about. So then I started listening to Talib, which led me to Common, which led me to Kanye, which led me to Jay-Z, 2 other cats like Pac, Biggie.
So when NWA and Public Enemy started making it mainstream, and it was taboo, and you know there was a big voice. There were these big voices that were coming out, and that's what I thought was kind of really interesting, is that these people were able to hold the audience in the palm of their hand. Wow, that's a loaded question.
Basically, I just want people to know that I do love hip-hop as a genre, right? As a musical movement.
I've always loved music, and I've always loved dancing. Being in a studio, being in a creative space with other like-minded people who are all striving for the same end result.
It's basically, you know, the tenets of hip-hop, right? So you got the DJ, you got the MC, you got the graffiti artists, you got the b-boys, the b-girls, you know what I mean? So it's an entire like cultural movement, right?
We're melding theater with hip-hop.
Not, you know, just some geek off the street, you know, kind of, you know, come into this as, you know, like, oh man, you know, like, I want to get paid.
That I'm not coming from it from a point where I'm talking about something that I have no experience at all whatsoever to be even talking about. So then I'm like, well, what do I write about? What's my voice?
I ain't no crook with a book, I stand in line to check it out, while the chick behind the counter is checking me out. I see her pupils dilating.
Freedom. What I mean by that is, I mean like artistic freedom, right? So we can do anything. I don't have to be pigeonholed. I don't have to say that, okay, well then I have to do this, or like, or I have to be Mercedes, or I have to, you know what I'm saying? Also, of course, what that means is that I want to like cheat it.
I don't think we are fake.
But on the other hand, the very fact that you can do anything means that it's, you know, it's wide open. You can do whatever you want. I don't know, Kickstarter is really interesting. It's good. obviously I'm glad that we have a platform to kind of push forward our artistic ideals, right? It's interesting, I guess ups and downs, I guess is really the deal, you know, probably just with anything. I would say as a physical platform to get your stuff out there, I think it's fantastic. I'm really glad to be able to have that as a support system. I would say the learning curve on it is steep, right? So there's lots of things that, little things that I wish that I had known before we launched Kickstarter, you know what I'm saying? But I would say overall, yeah, it's a great platform to get our message out there, which is to bring love back to hip-hop. B-R-A-P! I think Jay-Z said that the rules are yet to be ready for this rap game. He was talking about Magna Carta in that rap.